What's going on, YouTube? This is your friendly neighborhood DraftKings addict, bringing you my top picks for Week 9 NFL Daily Fantasy Sports. All right, so let's go ahead and get the homework out the way, guys. Please like the video. Please comment. Let me know which picks you love and which picks you hate. And then also subscribe to the channel if you're new. And welcome to the new viewers. And we're very close to breaking 1,000 subscribers, so help me out by sharing the video. And just commenting and liking the video helps out a lot as well, guys. So, all right, Draft Dashboard on the screen. If you're a subscriber to Draft Dashboard, you get the Week 9 analysis right here where it breaks down the top plays. All righty. And if you're interested in this software, there's a link in the description for a 30-day trial for $1 whole. So let's go ahead and break it down position by position. So first up, 10-game slate. Start off at quarterback at the top. You got the red hot Patrick Mahomes, averaging 30 plus DraftKings points over the last 3 games. Just an awesome player going up against the Cleveland defense. And so, of course, Mahomes, every time he's on the slate, he's always a good play, man. This guy's just tearing it up this year. All right, so next up, Cam Newton versus the worst defense when it comes to everything in Tampa Bay. Okay, so Cam Newton is in a smash spot, man. This guy does not perform. It's going to hurt a lot of people because I'm pretty sure he's going to be probably one of the highest owned quarterbacks on the slate. But rightfully so, he's in a plus matchup versus Tampa Bay. All right, Deshaun Watson gets the Denver defense, and he also gets a Denver wide receiver. So Thomas is now a Houston Texan. So that's weird. Dude just got traded, and now his first game he's playing against his old team. So that should be interesting. So Deshaun Watson's on the slate, man. 6,000 player. Definitely has the ability to put up 30 plus DraftKings points, but I can't go there. I'm about to go other ways when it comes to the quarterback this week, but he's definitely somebody that could do well. Kirk Cousins is in a plus matchup versus Detroit, but I'm not going there personally. All right, but he is somebody that you could consider because I actually like a couple of his receivers, but Jared Goff, man, he's my favorite play on the board outside of Cam Newton, of course, because he gets the New Orleans defense, probably the second worst defense when it comes to the passing game. So, 6K, Jared Goff. Yeah, the dude only put up 27 points last week, and the week before that he only put up 17. But this game should be a high-scoring shootout game between New Orleans and the Rams. So I like Jared Goff in that aspect. Okay, Russell Wilson is a quarterback that does a little bit of everything. All right, as you can see, he's averaging around 20 DraftKings points the last 3 games. All right, he gets the Los Angeles Chargers. So, we're not going to go down Wilson. Not me personally. So, even though I have him in my year long. All right, you got Baker Mayfield in the plus matchup versus Kansas City. A decent defense, but they got some injuries on that D. And Baker Mayfield may be able to take advantage of that and get you a nice little 20 DraftKings points. And the guy that's 5.6K, that's not too bad. He'll allow you to afford some of these expensive wide receivers and running backs that you may want. All right, but again, Baker Mayfield's in a smash spot again. Very favorable matchup, so that's why I'm going with him. You got Fitzmagic is back. He's back in the starting position again. If you want to take a shot at that versus this Carolina defense, you can do so. Me personally, I won't have any shares of the Fitzmagic, but hey, anything can happen, right? Dude came out blazing the first couple of games of the NFL season, so you can take a shot at that. But this is my value guy. Joe Flacco gets the Pittsburgh defense at home. What else can you say, man? One of the worst defense versus the passing attack, as you can see with the 28 rating as far as the quarterback position goes. And again, Flacco is in a good spot, man. Now, do I expect Flacco to get you 35 DraftKings points? No. But if he gets you 25 at 5.3K, that's a great spot for you. So, but I do like Flacco versus Pittsburgh. Alex Smith, another guy, hadn't really showed his best games over the last couple of games, but he's only 5K in a positive matchup versus ATL, who is the second worst defense when it comes to a quarterback. So he's in a favorable matchup. So again, strictly playing off of the matchup, and he's only 5K. This guy could, have a good game where he puts up a lot of points, but hey, I'm not expecting any more than about 20 DraftKings points from this guy. But, hey, he has a safe, matchup in this position. So next up, let's go ahead and break down our running backs. the ones that I'm liking is going to be, of course, you got Todd Gurley at the top of the slate going up against the New Orleans Saints, who is a decent defense versus the running back, but the team defense is not that great. So maybe Curley catches a couple of catches and take it to the house, or receiving touchdowns. But hey, it's Todd Gurley, man. This guy has a high usage. He plays a lot of snaps, and he touches the ball a lot. 46% of the touches, man. So we like us some Todd Gurley, of course, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay up for him, but it just depends on your roster construction and what news comes out over the next couple of days. So McCaffrey is somebody that's in a decent matchup versus Tampa Bay, but I'm personally not going there. He's 7.8K. He's kind of high, and he just hadn't really put up a nice upside when it comes to his fantasy scoring. So, hey, I could be wrong. Guy could go off for 35 DraftKings points tomorrow, but I'm personally not going to take him. All right, Kareem Hunt, though, in a smash matchup versus Cleveland. All right, he's been scoring 20, 30, 37 over the last 3 games, and he's only 7.7K and getting double-digit, almost 20 rushes a game. So, like me some Kareem Hunt. Cleveland, Kansas City game should be a good one. All righty, get you some Kareem Hunt. Tarek Cohen, he's a guy that's been kind of blown up the last couple of games. He's putting up around 20 plus DraftKings points the last couple of games. He's getting a lot of targets when it comes to the passing game. So he's somebody that you could consider. All right, but he's 6.2K. It's kind of expensive, but he's been playing well lately. So Adrian Peterson found his youth last week, put up 31 DraftKings points. All right, 26 rushes. So they're giving him all the rushes he can handle. So, matter of fact, we could add him into our player pool, man. If they're giving this guy 20 plus rushes over the last couple of games, maybe this is the old school Adrian Peterson that's back, man. So I would say get you a couple of shares of Adrian Peterson. Latavius Murray is in a plus matchup versus the Detroit Lions. And so if you see that Dalvin Cook is going to be out still, you definitely want to lock in Murray. Again, he's in a favorable matchup, getting 15 plus rushes and a couple of passes in the passing game. So he's definitely somebody that you could definitely lean on. So Nick Chubb, number 1 running back in Cleveland, $4,500, getting 18 plus rushes the last 2 games against one of the worst rushing defenses in the league in Kansas City. So I would say Chubb is in a pretty nice spot. So give me some Chubb, please. All right, maybe my flex, maybe my running back 2, combined with one of the higher dollar ones, but I like me some Chubb. Also, Crow L. This guy's in a smash spot, okay? Rushing double-digit rushes over the last couple of games, but this guy can break out and score 30 DraftKings points, or he can put up 7 like he did last game or so, Isaiah Crowell is a nice punt or GPP play at running back at only 4.2K in a plus matchup versus Miami. One of the worst teams in when it comes to rushing defense. So, all righty, we got some other players on the slate like Kamara. To be honest, I like him in this game as well. Maybe not getting it done on the rushing side, but maybe on the receiving side. All right, Kamara's like that wide receiver 3 or something like that, man. This guy gets a lot of targets, as you see, 8 in the last game, and he put up 27 DraftKings points. I believe he had 2 touchdowns last week too. So, Jordan Howard is pretty cheap for a guy getting 12 or more rushes over the last couple of games, and he's only 4.7 thousand. So, in a plus matchup versus Buffalo, probably be lower on because the other guy up here at the top is going to be getting all the love, Cohen, because he's the guy that's been hot lately. So that could be somebody that you pivot to, Jordan Howard and your GPPs. That could help you get some separation there. All right, you got Austin Eckler. It says that he went down, but this is because the information is not up to date yet. But we do have Mel Gordon as being questionable or possibly playing with a little bit of an injury. So as you can see right here, it says Mel Gordon missed last week's game with a hamstring injury. So if he takes the field, they're going to play it safe with him, I'm pretty sure. So that means Eckler should get some extra work out the backfield. So that's our running back. So let's get over to the wide receiver position. So up top, we got Adam Thielen. This guy's been having a monster season. I don't think he scored under 27 DraftKings points on the whole year, but he's at 8.9K. But I like him because he's in a plus matchup versus Detroit. So I'm going to have a little bit of Thielen, but probably not a whole lot because I'm probably going to be playing down at receiver just because damn, the price is so damn high, man. You got Hopkins, who's getting an insane amount of attention from the quarterback. So Hopkins is somebody that you could consider, but they do have a new receiver on the team. Thomas, Will Fuller went out hurt, so that could mean extra work for Hopkins. So, but I'm personally not going there, but you could. Michael Thomas is in a good spot versus the Rams at home with Drew Brees under the center. So, need I say more? Love me some Michael Thomas at home. Robert Woods, New Orleans, LA Ram game. Of course, everybody likes that game. It looks to be one of the best matchups of the season. So, definitely want to get some Robert Woods. He's getting 7 to 10 targets the last couple of games, 10 or more DraftKings points. But this guy could get him a nice touchdown this week. He's 32 versus the wide receiver, so that's a positive matchup for him. So you definitely want to get some Robert Woods. Brandon Cooks, you definitely could consider him too, but he's more of a big play guy. As you can see, 7, 17, and 11 over the last couple of games. All right, but hey, you never know. He getting a couple rushes. Maybe he gets to, take in a sweep or something. But yeah, John Brown. All right, so I talked earlier about having Flacco. John Brown is one of the receivers that I would definitely pair him up with. So as you can see, it's consistent. 5, 29, and 6. But if you go back and look at the history versus the Steelers, John Brown has a good history versus them. So Funches, definitely want to pair him up with Cam Newton, one of the highest targets on the team. Alrighty, 5.6K in a plus matchup versus Tampa Bay. Again, should be a lot of scoring going on, and we definitely want to get some Funches because he's probably going to get some of that love from Cam Newton. Michael Crabtree, another player that I like on the slate, 4.8K, 9, and 5 targets. Had an off game last game, but I like this as a bounce back spot for Michael Crabtree and Flacco. So get you some of that. DJ Moore is another receiver in Carolina. So again, that's a game where you have a plus matchup. So hey, I want a couple of these receivers in my player pool because again, they're in a smash spot. Willie Snead, another guy versus Pittsburgh again. Flacco. I'm saying they're gonna have to probably put up some points to keep up with Pittsburgh. All right, I know nobody likes to play Big Ben at away from home, but hey, it's Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. Love it. All right, Emmanuel Sanders. I like this guy just because they just traded away Thomas, so that means that wide receiver 1, Emmanuel Sanders could see some extra targets, some extra attention. So I like him in this spot versus Houston at 6.4K. The guy is fast. All right, so Deshaun Jackson, like him versus Carolina. Him and Fitzpatrick got that bromance going on. I don't know if y'all remember that game where after the game they had an interview and Fitzpatrick had on Deshaun Jackson's gear and stuff. His chains and everything, his shades. That shit was classic. But yeah, Deshaun Jackson, man, 5K. Putting up around 10 DraftKings points or more. Could get a couple touchdowns and get a lot of yards, get that 100-point bonus from DraftKings. So, Cortland Sutton, another guy that could see a rise in production with Thomas out at 3.9, gone over to the Texans. So, that's pretty much it at my wide receiver. Very small wide receiver pool. Amendola was a guy that almost made the cut, but I don't know if I can trust that team, man. Miami, but Amendola is in a good spot. So is Parker. But I'm not quite sure I want to go there. Tight end. I really had a struggle with tight end, guys. So let me know who you like in the comments. But I went with Greg Olsen again. Cam Newton, Tampa Bay. One of the worst defenses versus the pretty much every position, guys. Let's just go ahead and say that. All right. He's only 4.7K. He could have a breakout game because, Greg Olsen has some abilities. And he's plus $1,500. He's $1,500 more on FanDuel. So that should tell you something if his price is up that high. O.J. Howard, again, in a plus matchup in the same game. Carolina has a decent, defense. But when it comes to the tight end, they're ranked dead last. 32. All right, next up, Kyle Rudolph. I like him in that matchup versus Detroit at only 3.6K. Yes, he has not been producing over the last couple of games, but this is Kyle Rudolph. This guy has the ability to put up 25 DraftKings points, and this could be the game where he does it. So I want me a couple of shares of Rudolph. So that's all my tight ends at the moment. Oh, I forgot about my value guy, Jordan Thomas. So this guy had 2 touchdowns the last game that they played in Houston, but I believe the tight end Griffin is injured or maybe out for this game. So if that's the case, get you some Jordan Thomas versus the Denver defense that ranks 25th versus the tight end. I like him at a value punt at 2.9K. All right, so that's all my picks, guys. Let me know in the comments. Anybody that I did not mention that you like, let me know. Anybody that I mentioned that you do not like, let me know in the comments. And to whoever the person is that keeps on disliking my videos, thank you very much. I appreciate the feedback. No love lost for the dislikes. If you don't like the video, go right on ahead and hit that dislike button. Any kind of interaction with the video is good interaction. So, all right, guys, good luck on this Sunday slate. Thank you guys again for all the love. Appreciate all the comments and the likes. See you guys next time.